So as when I was a kid and teenager and all that, I was addicted to a very certain vibration, hence my vibrator. I was addicted to the vibration of spiritual bypassing. So what I mean by that and what that means to me is I loved checking out. I loved fantasizing. I loved daydreaming. Daydreaming was my first addiction, and in the daydreaming, I really believe that's where my psychic gifts were like, they started to be born and ignite even more. And I was able to connect with other spirits and other things, and I was, constantly on a magic carpet ride, so to speak. But it definitely, that vibration of fantasy, that vibration of daydreaming was yummy and delicious, and it kept me away from myself and my feelings, and eventually for me led to a real addiction of alcohol, because I didn't want to be in my feelings. So what I would love to share with you is this idea of like spiritual bypassing, right? I used to be like, whatever, that's not a thing. Spiritual bypassing, whatever, but it is a thing. So I was in a transformational leadership program a couple of years ago, and sometimes I still coach for them. And we were doing an exercise that was like down and dirty. It was like we were getting into like the shadow side of things, into our traumas and our wounding. And I went into a meditative state to cope, because I didn't want to do it, right? I didn't want to do the down and dirty. So I went into a meditative state to cope. And the trainer called me out, and she was like, you're spiritually bypassing. And she was absolutely right. Instead of being in the down and dirty and doing the deep work and like the shadow work, I went to that. And I wasn't doing the work at all. I was like in that state. And I love that state. And I want to live in that state. But here's the thing with spiritual bypassing. It allows you to elevate your vibration if you're doing it in an intentional way. Like I used to do it in a way to check out, right? To go to fantasy, to go to daydreaming and things like that. But if you're going to go into those higher vibrations, those 5th, 6th, and 7th chakra areas of vibration, then, and it's done in an intentional way, then it's amazing, and it's a way to raise your vibration. But if you're doing it in a way like I was, to check out or to not do the down and dirty work, it's definitely something to look at. Because here's the thing. Starseed, we're all stars. I mean, no one's from this planet, let's be real. I don't think. Maybe there are some real organic human souls here, but a lot of us are transplants from different galaxies, from different places, and we're here doing our work. But here's the thing, we're here to do our earth work. We're here to do our earth work. And that saying, there's no way out but through? There's no way out but through. So any of these like little tricks that we play, that I used to play on myself, of like, I'm just going to hang out over here and not do the down and dirty work, the shadow work, the wounding, the trauma work, the work of relationship work, this is like earth work. The more I did the bypassing of that, the longer I stayed in pain. And it's when I decided to go and really, truly meet these places. Now, some of these things, like my sexual trauma, I honestly didn't want to deal with all of that until I was ready. Sometimes we just have to be ready, but acknowledging, you know what? I see that's there. I get that gets to be healed, but I'm not ready. And I'm praying to get there. I'm praying for the strength to get there, because ignoring things within me doesn't work. We can't hang out in love and light all the time. We can hold the light, we can hold love, and what I mean by that is that woo-woo way of being. We are in the time of the spiritual warrior, and it can be raw, and it's intense, and it's where truth is born. Embodied spiritual truth is born. Definitely hold your soul light. Definitely hold the light of God. For sure. But when we do that and we ignore our truth, we ignore our stuff, and we ignore our patterns and our shadow side, we're not going to be able to hold the light. as strongly. When you start to do your work, and you, like, I'm speaking for myself, when I start to do my work, and I've seen this in my clients, then the light is freaking fierce in them, and it's strong, and it's bright, and they're raising their vibration in a real, tangible way. Because I used to be addicted to the love and light, woo-woo, honestly, vibration, and I was not doing the work. I was not doing the work. There's no way out but through. And as we're entering into 2022 and the outside world, it's going to get a little bit more messy. That's just my personal prediction. It's a prediction the guides have given me. Doing your work. We are here as warriors, and as you move through your stuff, it elevates the world. It elevates the world, and I've often heard people say, not often, but enough, that they don't want to look at that stuff. That their guides tell them to stay over here in the light. First of all, no. The guides are not going to talk to you like that. Because if the guides see that you're missing a big piece of work, or you're ignoring something, if you're ready, they're going to point you to it. So how do we hold the down and dirty work, the trauma, the wounding, the shadow side, our patterns, our bitchiness, and hold the light? And doing this work, transforming the down and dirty, releasing the down and dirty, right? To hold more light. To hold more light. This is where the power comes in. Because this is transformation, right? And then we're able to hold more light and be more present. So I used to be addicted to my vibrator. That was my checking out spiritual vibrator. Sometimes I still go there. I do. But working on being grounded and doing the earth work here in my body. All right. My name is Beth Osmer, and I will see you on the next